right, polling is an inexact science. So much depends on response rates, on sample sizes, on demographic weighting. You statistics geeks know what I mean. But hey, it's the best science we have right now, at least, to measure the state of the election. And it's especially important when the numbers diverge from the dominant media narrative. Case in point, despite the overall agreement of political pundits and voters in all these polls that Kamala Harris won that presidential debate handily, a slew of new polling shows it didn't move the needle very much in her direction. In a New York Times, Philadelphia Inquirer, and Siena College poll out today, Harris and Trump are tied nationally. But that same poll says Harris was up by 4 points in Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, a new Emerson College and The Hill poll tells a different story. It shows Trump leading Harris by 1 point in Pennsylvania and a largely neck-and-neck race in the other swing states. The Washington Post polling of Pennsylvania shows a deadlocked race as well. So what does it all mean? We have 3 different polls showing 3 different things in Pennsylvania. Here to sift through all the numbers and tell us what it all means is Scott Tranter, head of the data science at Decision Desk HQ. Scott, what's the big picture here when we look at all this recent polling? First of all, the debate apparently didn't change anything in the state of the race, did it?
It did not. Look, it was a highly anticipated debate. You and I talked about it. I think what we're seeing post-debate, and we have plenty of polls. There's been over 20 polls released post-debate, several in some of these states, and we see little to no movement. And I think that's indicative of the fact of how close this race is. It's going to be like this down to the wire.
Is this just because everybody's support is baked in already? If you like Harris, you like Harris. If you love Trump, you love Trump?
I think that's it. That's a pretty good theory. There's some data to support that. You know, it's unfortunately an answer we won't know until the election's over, but that's a pretty good theory going forward. Look, at the end of the day, Donald Trump has been running for almost the better part of a decade, so you know who he is. Obviously, VP Harris is brand new as a presidential candidate, but she's been in office with Joe Biden for 4 years and obviously elected in California before that. And they both represent a party, either Democrat or Republican, that a lot of people already have an opinion on. So there's not a lot of movement there.
You raised one key point here. The debate didn't change one key factor for Harris. Voters still say, even though they all agree in these polls that she won handily, they still say they need to know more about her. This poll shows many found her answers were vague. One voter polled said he thought, quote, she deflected. She didn't seem to address that one key vulnerability with her debate performance.
Yeah, look, and this is an extension of her not doing a whole lot of interviews before the debate either. Look, a 90 debate with 2 commercials and, you know, she only speaks about half the time. That's not enough for a lot of these voters to make a decision, especially considering that she's a brand new candidate. She hasn't been out on the trail. So I think, you know, you bring up a good point out of that New York Times Siena poll is voters are still trying to form an opinion around her. So maybe there's some room for some movement. But look, we already started voting in Pennsylvania a couple of days ago. Yeah. Voting has started and we're close. So it's coming down.
I'm out of time, but 10 seconds. Why do we have 3 different polls showing 3 different realities in Pennsylvania? They all can't be true.
Yeah, no, that is a good question. Look, I like a lot of polling. They don't always agree, and that's a good thing. That's why we look at the averages. Don't look at a single poll. Look at the averages. Look at the Hill DDHQ average, and that'll tell you what you need to look at. It's
close.
And
that says what in Pennsylvania?
It says that Harris has a 1-point lead with a 3-point margin of error, so it's anybody's race to win.
Yeah, that doesn't even count as a lead these days.
Not helpful.
No. All right, Scott, do better. Come on. Thank you. Always great to talk to you. All right, coming up for us, the Harris campaign is tapping. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.